Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. In today's episode we're going to be going back to the ATCO Balmoral 17 SE. I put a new pinion gear in here and also got the belts and gears all done on that one, but however the drive is still a bit graunchy and I believe it to be hopefully the ring gear on the roller. So what we're going to do today is take the pinion gear back out. I bought another new one and also going to take the roller out and renew the roller gear on the back of the roller itself. Hopefully that'll get away the problem, and if it does, we'll be happy as Larry. If this is the first time you're watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button and whack your bell. Set notifications to all, that way you'll be told when I've done a video or two on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty, and let's try and sort out the drive on this ATCO 17 SE. Okay, so we're on the ATCO Balmoral 17 SE today, and the problem I have is that when you engage the drive, it's grinding quite a lot. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I believe it to be the pinion gear again, because I think that's been smashed, and also the roller gear, the ring, or it's called a ring gear. So all you want to do is get a 10mm. We're going to undo this. This belt pulley on the front, which is just cylinder pulley. We're going to remove that. That comes away. Oh, that slides out. Keep your bits and bobs. We're going to take that pulley off, so it's out of the way and done with, and take the belt with it, so that's gone. That's all good. Next thing we'll do is we'll remove the nut off of here. Let me grab my impact. I've been working all over the shop today, so my tools are absolutely everywhere. I've been busy. So I want to remove this nut here, which is that size there, which is going to be a 19mm. It's a normal handed thread, so just hold the pulley and it just zap off. That comes off. That pulley then slide out like so. Eventually take the belt off with it. Just take the belt off and then just put the belt up out the way. Okay, like so. All right, next thing I want to do, I've got a screw missing there. I've got some Phillips to remove. Now you want to be removing this one first. This is your pinion gear. So you've got 3 screws to remove. I've only got 2, so I have to find one and put a spare one in. That slides out like so, and there be your pinion gear, just there, okay? And that pinion gear just slides straight out of there like so. So keep hold of your bits, and we're going to be replacing it with a new pinion gear a little bit later on. Okay. Next thing you want to do is you want to drop off these 3 screws just below it. Let's make sure you're in shot. Yeah, these 3 screws just below. Now there's 3 here to remove. And then there's 3 on the other side also. Now this is one of the simplest cylinder mowers to work on. If you're working something like a Ransom Marquis or an ATCO or something like that, they're a bit more trickier to remove the rollers, but these are actually pretty good. You see how it just dropped down ever so slightly? There and now. Undo this screw. Just remember which way your orientation of your plate goes in. Nearly there. There it goes. See it drop down? That now comes out. And now I just want to turn the machine around. Now I've already removed the side cover off of my machine. Over this side of the machine, you'll see there is 4 screws to remove, and your side cover just comes straight off. Here's the side cover that it belongs to. 4 screws undoes just like so. Okay, that's easy enough to do that. You can do that. Next thing you want to do is exactly over the other side. That's what we did over the other side. So this side is there's 3 screws this side here to remove also. So we'll unwind them. And you'll see the mower drop in a minute. There it goes. Right, now with that done, technically, what you can now do is tip the mower forwards, like so, and the roller just falls straight out the back. It's a bit heavy-handed, so just go a bit easy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this mower off of my bench. It is quite heavy, so go careful. And that's that mower now removed. Lovely. Okay, let's bring you around. Okay, so on the roller itself, you've got a couple of bushings there. They can just stay in place. We don't need them to come off. It's a split roller. But we want to come in around this side here. That's where we want to get to. This just slides out. And that's where your pinion gear goes in. And here's your ring gear. Okay. And all you want to do is 3 screws. And we're just going to unwind those 3 screws. Now this is made of aluminium and your pinion gear is made of plastic, so you wouldn't have thought there'd be a lot of wear, but already I can see some wear on this gear. It looks quite clean. I think maybe someone has been in here prior. Okay, and your ring gear will just fall out like so. Couple of screws out. Now the wear, well, you can see this. I'll try and get it. The wear, as you can just see here on these edges, it's thicker at the base and narrower at the front. Okay, let me get the new gear and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I've got the new ring gear, part number. There you go. If you want to watch that, there you go. Here's your part number for it. Okay, pause it. Exactly the same. Yeah, maybe a little bit more meat on this one, but you can see already the wear on this one here. See the wear just down here? Compared to his new brother, no wear at all. Okay, so that one can go in my scrap bin for another day. I've got a new pinion gear as well. And those now should meet up absolutely beautiful. Okay, and the difference between that and that is night and day. As slipping, I can feel it's rough, not making good contact, and this is a smooth action. Okay, so all this does here now is I've got 3 little tiny lugs, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you got 1, 2, 3 lugs on a roller. Just literally spin it until it bites. There it goes, like so, and then just fit your 3 screws back in. Once you get one in, it'll hold itself. Now the screws all look the same to me from what's coming out from the pinion gear and what have you. So I'm just going to wind those 3 in. Now this is a job that anyone could do at home. You know, so far all I've had is a Phillips screwdriver, a 10mm, a 19mm. Oh, I've got an impact, but you can get around with issues. You haven't got an impact gun. So nick that up nice and tight. You don't want them coming off later on. And what I'm going to do, I'll get a little bit of grease as well. I'm just going to run a little bit of grease around here, and I'll also put some grease on the pinion gear a bit later on. Okay. So let me get it greased up and I'll come back to you in 2 ticks. Okay, not a too heavy generous helping of grease, but just enough grease for task, you know. There's no need to go overboard and above board and what have you. Just a light smearing. So what I'm now going to do, I'm now going to put the roller out the way. And I'm now going to lift the mower back up onto the table. And then we can go around about refitting the roller back into the machine. Right, just remember when you're putting this roller back in, the pinion gear that we just installed goes over on the belt side, not on the height adjustment side, okay? Just so you don't get confused. All we now want to do is now tip this machine up ever so slightly. I've got mine balanced on the edge of my table. All I'm going to do is just going to push this in and seat it down, okay? Now, all you've got to do is there are a plethora of holes in which for you to line this back up, okay? I think there's about 2 options you can actually do, so don't be too disheartened. All you do is just put your head down up against the roller and just have a bit of a spin until you line up three holes. So that's not it. There you go, somewhere there. So I'm just going to put one of these in just to hold it. And that'll stop the roller just from dropping. And then straight away, I'm going to get another one and go straight in with another one as well. I'll go up the top this time, I think. Once they're in place, you can then let go of the mower, seat them down. There's 2. And there's a 3rd. Screw it into place, turn the machine around, and then we'll do the same the other side. Okay, so to put this roller back into the machine, the only one thing you've got to remember is you must put on this cover. Goes onto here. It just covers your ring gear up, and then spin that around because your ring gear goes onto the side where your belts are. Okay. Once you've done that, now you can't really go wrong here because you've got a plethora of threads, but you have got. There is only 3 of the threads are there. The other ones are blank, so you have to make sure you get the right ones in. Okay. Tip the mower up. Now I've got mine tipped on the side of the table, so just on the pivot point. I'm now going to slide the roller into place. I'm going to lower it down gently, like so. That's about as gentle as I can do it. And then, okay. So once the roller's just been slid in, okay, just take the weight of the back of the mower with your hand. And then all you want to do then is just line up them screw holes. Once you get one sort of started, it'll stop the mower from dropping. And it's going to be around about there somewhere. There's one. So we'll have that one in. It is a bit fiddly, people, so just give yourself a bit of time. As I say, once you've got one started, you'll be away. I think that's got one. Now I can just relax a bit. I can now lift the mower up again, find the second one, which is going to be about there. Start that one off. Once they start to bite, you can let go of the mower then. And they'll find their own way in. That's one there. Got one there to do. That's good. One up the top, and they should all line up. So all we've got to do now is turn the machine around and get ready to bolt that side of it down, as well as reinstallation of the new pinion gear. So that's that side done. Pardon me. Let's spin the machine around, and I'll be back in 2 ticks. Right, now we turn the machine around. As you can see, there's the hole for where your pinion gear goes in. To make sure that this grey cover we installed earlier onto the roller is at the top and lines up just here. You've now got your plate to install, which goes this way, like so, I believe. It goes on like that. Okay. And then what you've got to do now is exactly the same thing. You've got to put one of these bolts into the plate and then lift the back of the mower up and spin these until they line up with the mower, with the holes. go a bit higher than that, I think. About there. So that's a blank. It's just a bit fiddly to line them up. That's a screw hole there, I believe. So it's going to be there. That's where it is. We can now, you can jack the machine up or pry it up or block it up, whatever you want to do, you know. I just tend to struggle. But once you get one started, same as the other side, once you get one, then you're 3/4 way home. So what I may do, just to show you, is I might just get a pry bar and pry the back of the mower up, and then just move the roller to suit. Let's go a bit higher than that, Mick, I think. It's going to be around about there. Let me bring that roller back a touch. There it is. About there. Now get our plate. Put that up. Yeah, I'll screw. Line it up the first hole. Start him off. Once it's started, as I say, the roller then won't drop. Okay. All we now want to do is just move this plate over and line it up with the other ones. One's going to go out there somewhere. You might get a bit of a wiggle just to line it up, because if they do move, it's going to be that one into there. It's going to be about there. There it is. That taken? Yeah, I think it is. That's that one. We've got one more here. Right, so with those ones now in place, screw them down home all the way to where bite down, because you want it nice and tight so there's no slack in this roller. As you can see, the pinion gear hole is already exposed ready. So now we get our new pinion gear, which has been lightly greased with this bushing, and it just goes in like so. Bit of grease on there, methinks. And we all know that I love working with grease. It's a very thin amount, not a lot. Slide that in. Give that a spin. That now goes in, and it sits into the hub just like so, and that's where it sits. And there's 3 screws to put in, 1, 2, 3. Get them wound up, and I'll come back to you in 2 ticks. Okay, so I had just one bolt that wouldn't go in. The threads were sheared on it. I think that might have been some issue as well, but now that's all in, so I'm happy with that. Next thing I want to do is you want to get your pulley. Now, some of these gears, pinion gears, they don't fit on here. You might have to just get a file and just file the burrs off, okay? I have seen that before on some of the new ones, but hopefully mine will go on. If it don't, then just as I say, get a little file. There you go, mine goes on. Get a little file and just button him up. Button him up, buttercup. So that goes on. We can now put our belt on. Slip that behind the tensioner. Which is on like so. That's happy in place. Yep. Okay, happy with that. We're then going to get our big nut. Going to zap that on. That's on. We're happy with that. We can now get the intermediate cylinder gear on. That's got to have a belt on as well. It goes over the top pulleys, round the back. Don't forget, it's always the back side of a tooth belt over the back of the tension pulley. Give that a little bit of a wiggle. That'll go on like so. That wants to go inside the belt guide, like that. Happy with that. You can then get your 10mm bolt and your pulley cover. That slides over the top and then just sits down like so. And then that little 10mm, once you find his home, that does up there. So now, that's how you reinstate a ring gear. So I'm going to take it outside now, and we're going to give it a go. Hopefully the drive will not be graunchy like it was beforehand. So hopefully we've sussed it, but we shall see. It seems to be spinning okay. Nothing seems to be catching. So we'll see how we get on. Let me take it outside. I'll meet you out in 2 ticks and we'll go for a run up. Right, it's a lovely sunny day. Let's try and fire the old girl up. I think got juice in there. I've not had this fired up for a little while. It's electric start as well. That does work. I've already tested that. That works A1. But I would like to get it all finished. We shall see. If not, I don't know what else it can be, but we shall see. I don't think there's no battery in it, is it? I don't know. I don't think I took the battery out. So there, onto choke. It should start pretty much first pull. It's a nice old machine. Yeah, lovely. Just a height. But now, last time it was all graunchy. But now, no problem at all. Still got a bit of a graunch there, but it's nowhere near as bad as what it was. I might look to see if there's a bit of play. Maybe I can pack that pinion gear out a touch, just with a washer maybe. To bring it in fast, there's a little tiny bit of a graunch there, not a lot. Cylinder. Take it for a drive. That's better. That's better all day long. It was just slipping all the time. I think you can do it just having a washer packed out behind it, just to push that pinion gear in a touch. Otherwise you're going to redo that gear back in. Idles. Happy. Done.